fastest way to build a simple automated test case is to use iTest's Capture Replay feature. All manual sessions run through iTest are recorded. Steps captured in these sessions can be copied to a test case and replayed. If your team includes manual testers that won't be learning iTest fully, they can contribute to the automation effort by running their tests in iTest and passing the captures off to automation developers. All manual sessions run from the workspace will be shown in the capture view with the latest sessions at the top. Right-clicking on a step or a session will bring up a contextual menu with the option to add the steps to a test case. Steps and sessions can also be dragged and dropped into a test case that's already open. If you're a manual tester, after capturing steps, you may pass the test case off to a development team to complete. They'll need to know what the test case does and what to look for to determine if the test case is a pass or a fail. Even if you're the developer, it's a good idea to comment your test case to make it readable down the road. Comments also show up in test reports, so it will help to make those more readable as well. Always use comments to describe steps in the test case and detail any pass-fail criteria. Now we're ready to capture our test case. To do this, I head to my topology file, right-click on my DUT device, choose Start Session and Telnet, and that'll open up the Telnet session to my DUT switch. Now I'm ready to simply manually execute the test just as I would outside of iTest, and iTest will capture all the steps that I do here. So my test, the first thing I need to do is check the firmware version to make sure we're testing the right version. So I do a show chassis firmware. I can see that we are indeed on the right version. Next, we're going to check the status of an interface. And we can see that that interface is up. So the test is complete. I can close my session. And I can see here in the capture view that these steps have been captured. So I'm going to now move these to a test case. If I just select this top line here, that DUT.2 session, right click, select Add to iTest Test Case. We're going to save the test case in the Training Labs Automation Project in the Test Cases folder, and we're going to name it switchcheck.fftc. If I hit OK and finish, I can see that a test case file has been created and the steps have been added to the test case. If I highlight either of these commands, I can see that the response has been carried over from the captured response into the test case. Down here in the response view, the next thing I'm going to do is document the test case by wrapping each of these commands into a comment. This is great for keeping track of what you're doing, and also if you're passing this capture on to someone else to finish the automation, they'll know exactly what's going on and exactly what they need to look for to make the test a pass or a fail. So I'm going to open my session. I'm going to check for the correct firmware version. I'm going to ensure that the primary interface is up, and then we're going to close the session. I'm going to save my test case and click this little play button here to run the test. The test is going to replay just as we executed it manually, and we're going to get an indeterminate result because we haven't set any pass-fail criteria yet. In the next module, we'll learn how to set the pass-fail criteria, and we'll also learn how to navigate the test case editor view.